So this is day 3, and this is, again, going to be super, super exciting because we are going to be talking about pages and how to create the pages and customization in your template. So let's just go and check Shopify out. This is my email, Shopify. We have a couple of stores active, and I literally have a brand new store that I can show you. And I will also show you what happens in existing stores, what you can do. So this is a completely brand new store. I set it up yesterday as one of my new clients. Going to be a little bit more difficult because he sells cigars. So it is a little bit more challenging. So with Shopify, you get the Dawn template. Dawn template is not too bad, but in a board template, you have more options to set up and to beautify or optimize your pages. So when you're looking at a Dawn template, and let me show you, and it does look okay, but you can see it's a free template. So if I'm looking at Kalahari Gold, kalaharigold.com, which is my other website, so you can see you're a little bit restricted with the sizes. You don't have too many things you can do in the, so you don't have the logos, and I'll show you in a board template things that you can use. This is my blog that I'm running on it, and it is okay, right? It is okay. And then if you're looking at the about page, let's look at the about page here at the back end. It's just, I mean, it looks okay, as I said, but it is not as easy to change or add things to as what a board template is. And so if you're looking at a free template, this is invisible. Then if you're looking at a free template, you can see when you're looking at the sections. Okay, let me start again. So when you have a page, you now can add all these different sections. You don't need to know HTML. You don't need to be a web developer. You can add all this really cool stuff to your website without having help or knowing HTML, right? So you have and this is what we call your home page, right? And then you can see, they've obviously Shopify have added some stuff in here. You can see this is your announcement bar. This is the bar right at the top that you see in any store. And then you can show icons, and you can auto rotate announcements. Oh, that's new. Enable country and region selectors. That's when people are buying from different countries and regions. And then the languages pitch up or the prices change. And then also you can enable a language selector. That will mean that you will have to start markets, and I don't think this is the class for it. We'll just do some of the basics. Then you have your theme settings down here, and there are 2 theme settings, by the way. This is one theme setting, and then you have another theme setting on this side. I know, very confusing. Anyway, when you look down here, this is where you can add in your social. But remember, you can also do that in brands, right? So I'm going to pop out of here. Actually, maybe I can go in here. This is my store. I'll show it to you in this one here. So you can go to brands. Remember, you can add your social in brands here, and then it will be translated. It will actually move to your theme. Okay, again, not every theme works the same, so some themes will be restricted. So you've got to be very cognizant of what theme you're using. I generally use Out of the Sandbox. It is absolutely fabulous. They do some really cool stuff, and they have some, and I'll show you 2 or 3 themes that I've changed. And so let's go on here. So this is your welcome. You add your welcome here. You can add a link to wherever you go. This is your header. You can add blocks to your header. No. So it depends on your theme, whether you can add a block. So then you come down here, and this is the template. This is your actual page now when you come down to the template. So you can add image banners. You can add headings, you can size the headings, you can add buttons, all sorts of things. And every time you come down here, you can add anything that you want to, right? So all these different things that you can make your page better. So how do you really come up with the ideas if you don't use a branding person? What I do is I literally go and have a look at other websites and see the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And then I decide what I want to do. It is always good to go through a branding person because you will then, it looks so much more professional. It looks better, especially if you have a professional logo done, if you have a professional emails done and a layout done. And what I mean by a layout is, for instance, if you, let me show you what you can do with a Wild Candle. Let's go Wild Candle Company, because we are rebranding her right now. Company, Wild Candle Company. And then let me see what pops up. Wild Candle. Come on. I think that's what she's called. Hang on. I did a cleanup yesterday, so all of my things are out. Wild Candle Company. Here we go. So if you look at this little website and you can see what it looks like. She did it herself. It looks okay, right? It just looks okay. But check this out. So if you have a designer doing your website, I will have to go into my sandbox. And this is what I'm talking about if you want to use your domain a little bit longer than normal, then I can set you up in my sandbox, and you can take as long as you want to set up your store, and then only start paying when you are done. So let's go into Wild Candle, and I'll show you what we literally have done with the branding. And you can see the difference in doing she has a free theme, right? And doing it through a board theme and a designer. So this is what a brand person will do for you. And she's branded all the candles, so that this is what it looks like, right? This is what she is now going to be what she's going to look like now. So you can see the difference between having a branding person help you to where you just go in and do your own thing, right? And so I always recommend to get some help. And so we do the branding as well. And I must say, we do it pretty well. This is one I've set up myself. I don't do the branding, by the way. I have a branding lady, so I'd set this up myself. But all the images are done through my graphic artist. So having a graphic artist that works with you, that can create really, really cool stuff that you won't think about, right? You won't think about using these tools to make your site a little bit better. I can tell you that adding or not adding, but hi, William. I can tell you that just adding more stuff to your site, I want to do full screen. No, I don't want to do full screen. Immersive. I'm going to interrupt this. I want to do social for you. Okay. So I want to show you also the really good idea is why you should use the branding person. Okay, so as I showed you with the candle stuff there as well. And now we're going to go back to where am I? Invisible. We're going to go back to the store, and I'm going to show you how to actually create the pages. So now you're in a home page. A home page is your main page in your website. This is part of you can change anything you want to on the home page, but you need to, there's not a particular page that you are going to be able to log into. Why I'm saying this is when you go to pages, where you're going to create your pages, here we go, pages, right? This is under online store pages. This is where you're going to create all your extra pages, but not your home page. Your home page is in the customized section, and it's automatically can link to it in navigation. And by the end of today, I'll quickly show you how to do the navigation as well. So when you're starting out, you will have no, let me see here, invisible. You will have no pages created yet. Let's go out here. Then, so one of the pages that you have to have is about page. Okay, whether you call it about us, whether you call it my story, whether you call it about, it doesn't matter. It depends on what you want what your brand looks like, right? So you're going to first create your about page. You are also going to you have your contact page. It's automatically created by Shopify, and you cannot see the form. The form is in the coding, but we will be able to see it. We'll be able to see it in, yes, we will be able to see it in Customize. Another page you're going to create is your FAQs. This is separate to your shipping information, to your policies, to any of your policies, is your FAQs. You're going to create an FAQ page. If you have stuff like extra packaging, sustainability, you're supporting your community, you will have a community page or a sustainability page. So I'm going to create a community page, anything that makes you stand out. That's what you're going to, something you're going to brag about. One of the things is maybe creating a page of how to use your product, right? How to install, what is this? This is a cigar page. How to smoke a cigar? I don't know. How to preserve your cigars. This should actually be a blog, but something like this. So if I'm looking at industrial, I can always come back to industrial because we did a lot of stuff with Industrial Farm Co. I have nothing in my cache. So in Industrial Farm Co, we have, if you can see at the bottom on the footer, how to order brackets. We've got installation guide. We've got a steel finish guide. We have wood mantle and shelving vendors. We've got free FAQ page, and I normally like to word it out because it looks better. We have a web accessibility statement. One of the most important things you will have on your website is a web accessibility statement. So I'm going to change this. Why would you have this? Accessibility statement. This is becoming a requirement these days to have this, because to tell people that you are on a continuous progress to improve your page for people with disabilities. And the sad thing is that people are looking at websites and starting to sue the website if you're not being optimized. So this just protects you to a certain extent. And I've got to tell you as well that I do have a statement that you can use. I will put it into with the video today, and you just have to add your little information in there. Let me see here. Let me see your web accessibility, and everybody has the same web accessibility statement. Everybody has the same thing. So this is where you would put your domain, and it's just a general thing that says, hey, you know, I'm optimizing my pages, and this is what I'm doing, and please bear with me, right? But it just protects you. So let's go back to creating the pages. So you have a web accessibility page, and then look at competition, look at people in the same niche, and then you can see what pages do they have, right? What pages are they? She's got a page for our team, but she has a big team that works with her. If I'm looking at the missing piece puzzle company, piece, don't want to go into puzzle.com, the missing piece puzzle.com. And we have at the bottom here, remember, she does personalized puzzles. Then she has sales tax information, which is actually very good. She does have coronavirus information, which she should actually be taken off. A child safety notice, because people order her puzzles for children. She has her ship aid insurance. She has a puzzle FAQ. She has, let's see, photo requirements, copyright image consent, how to upload an image. So all of this stuff you can add, extra stuff you can add to your page to make it easy for your customer to get information. That's the whole thing, right? Is to make sure that your customer has all the information that they need to buy your product. Okay, so now we've created all these pages. We're not going to add anything to it yet, right? So we're going to go back into themes. So, and we're also going to start doing let me do a test product page in here. Remember, we talked about product pages yesterday. I'm just going to do one in here because I want to show you how you can add more stuff to your product. Actually, I might show you that in an existing site. Okay, so you get back to your themes. If you have the free theme, obviously, we'll just work in this free theme, and I'll also show you what I do and what the differences are in a board theme. This is your home page. Now you've done your home page. You've made it all beautiful. Use this, invisible. Let's go into the home page. This is a board theme parallax that you can get from Shopify as out of the sandbox. I use all out of the sandbox themes because I love them. And they're so easy to use, and they update their themes all the time. So you can see here, I've got an image at the top here. I've got some information. Hey, if you buy 2 items, get 15% off. She said 25. And then some more information. This store only has 2 products. So we've got the 2 prominent products here. We've got what our customers saying. Tip, even if you have to add random images to your customer reviews, people will believe this is a real review compared to where it's just text. It is amazing, but it's true. So we have random images that we add here. Then we have our logos. You can see here. Remember where I showed you, that's the image gallery. We have it as an image gallery in Parallax. So we have the logos in an image gallery. In the free theme does not have that option. So we just added this on a page and then pulled that into the theme. Then we have, again, our gift card and more information on our gift card. And we've got a featured promotion, which is just talking about the product. And then we have, where we've been seen, where we had articles, and we have, this is the logo. And then we have image text, a little bit more about Invisible. I've got the Stay Connected, which is the newsletter. And then again, I've got our blogs down here. So you can see our branding goes throughout the page. Everything that is in this page is part of our branding. So I was going to show you, this is the home page, right? So when you're looking at, let's look at a product page. This is an existing product page. So when you go, you only have your default product page in here. So when you go to the top, you go to products and you default product. So obviously this is a test. It's got no images in it. It's got no information in it. So all your products will have a default template. What do I mean by that is, when you go to products and you go to the bottom of the product and you go in here, it says default product. If you have different types of products, say for instance, if you have t-shirts and you have other stuff, right? So skincare. So your t-shirts will have different FAQs in the page and different information than your skincare. So if we're looking at, again, a good example is industrial, we have the farmhouse brackets, which is the brackets, right? It's completely different to her decoration products. So in her farmhouse brackets, this is still in the description, but this is part of what we added in the customize. This is what we added in the customize. This is what we added in the customize, the FAQ. This is normal. This is what we added in the customize. It's got not. This has got to do with normal products. No, this has got to do with her shelves and brackets, with her steel products. This has got to do with her shelves and brackets, right? So I have a completely different, I hope, which we are working on, different page for her towel racks, for instance. It's a different FAQ, right? So you can literally separate your let me see, I haven't added the FAQs in here because they've got nothing to do with the towel racks, right? So I have to add now the different FAQs just for the towel racks. So you can separate your products into different types of products. But again, we have a default product. Let me see here. No, I think she's got the same. She's also just got the same product. Oh, I do have different products. Let's have a look here in my customize. And then you'll see under products how I've actually added and changed the page to a landing page. So here you've got your bootcamp, right? So the bootcamp, no, this is the wrong bootcamp. Bootcamp AI. Bootcamp. Let's see what this one is. Bootcamp. You see how I've added some blah, blah, blah here at the top here with custom HTML. I've added, this is a countdown timer, which I should shut off. This is my product that I've added in my product. So this is a product page, by the way. Then I've added some stuff on the side. That's the product. Then I've added some, it's always a lot of stuff in here. Then I've added some text with image. I've added some more text with image. I've added some more text with image. And so this is how you can add more and more stuff to your product page. It will be exactly the same thing you are going to be doing in your product page. So if we go to default products, let's have a look what we've done here. So I've got the two, all the information in here. I didn't add FAQ. I've added some logos. Image gallery, again, the image gallery, I've added a little bit about the doctor because he's obviously the owner. I've added my featured promotions in here. I was able because remember, I've only got two products in here, right? But you can still do it in your own. And I never, ever, ever, ever add a newsletter in my, this is very odd, in my product page. You do, as I said yesterday, you do not want your customers to go somewhere else. They are already giving you the email when they buy the product. Okay, so let's go back to cigars. So this is your, but let's go, I think I've said enough about not cigars, but products. Let's go to pages because we are going to start creating different pages. So if you have just one page, all the pages are going to look the same if you are going to be adding stuff to this page, right? Check this out. It's going to have a multi-row, and you can actually shut some of this off. So you only have 2 rows, and you can add anything. You don't have to add a product in here. You can add anything in there. There's an email sign. What's this? Default page, email sign up. And you shouldn't have 2, but I don't normally have my email sign up in my footer. I would normally have it just above the footer. I want to use the footer for other information. So email sign up. I'm going to add some menus, some brand information in here, and I'm going to add maybe some text and obviously a couple of menus because, and you have to have created your menus because you have to actually connect your menus. Okay. So this is on a normal page, but this is your default page. So when you're looking at a default page, then they're all going to look like this. They all have the same information. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a new page for each of your pages. So your default page could stay your story or your about page, but you're going to create a community page, right? Community page. I'm just going to call it community. Let's see what happens. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this page to the community page, which I have here. So you see, you have to create the page first, then you come back into customize, you connect the page, and you make sure that that page then is assigned to the page. So what do we do is we go, so you click on that little square there, and I know this is like discombobulated, right? You will go in here and you're going to connect your community page, because now you've created a template in your customize editor to connect that page to. So now what you can do is you can take all this stuff out. Obviously, we probably need some information, but you can change. You can now change this information. Now from the about page, you can change this information on this page. It'll only be on your community page. So, but let's test this. Hello, I'm going to put hello in here. Hello. Right. Okay. Hello. And then we're going to have that, an email sign up. But for this page, what is community, right? We are going to have maybe, let me see here. Featured collection, collection list, rich text, image with text, image banner, right? We're going to have an image banner somewhere on this page. But so I'm going to save it and then check what happens. I don't know if we can actually see this because this is still a closed store. Yes, you see here, hello. And this is our page that we just changed. But so if your store is still under password control, then you cannot see the pages unless you can't go up here and go to a page. It'll just go to, you can, never mind. Normally it's actually closed. I think I have to put the password on there. You can actually put a password on there, and so nobody can see your pages. But as I tell people, nobody's going to see it because you are so far down. Unless you tell people where your website is, nobody's going to know where your website is. So if you're looking at about page, which is your default page, remember, then you're going to see this, right? This is different to what you have on your sustainability page. So now you can go through, while you're in here, I haven't created a web accessibility page. I've created an about page. I haven't created an FAQ page yet. So you have to create the template in your this called editor before you can connect the page. So this is your FAQ page. Create the template, right? This is your template. So if this is your FAQ page, you're not going to have, and you can remove your block here. You can remove the block here. FAQ, you can have a sign up on your FAQ. Then we're going to connect. Again, we're going to change the page to the FAQ page, and we're going to change the template in the pages section, right? FAQ, and save it. Now we can go back and start our FAQ page. Where's our FAQ page? In here. So our FAQ page is probably going to look like this: collapsible content. So in your FAQ, you're going to have FAQs. I love collapsible content because it just keeps it all at the top, and it explains what your page is all about. What you can do here, if you don't want this title of your page to be in here, you can actually close it down. Except your H1 will be, you need an H1 on here, so you can't really close it down because that's your H1. Every single page has to have an H1, and this is then H2, and and this is the back end of SEO, HTML, and this is how the bots read the page. H1 means the title of the page. It describes the page, exactly what the page is about. Then your H2s are your next information that the bots are going to read. Remember, they can't see the page. They read the code in the back end. So you've got to be very cognizant of making sure that you have a title in your page. This is not a title. This is just part of your page, right? And then again, I won't call it FAQ. I will call it frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions. I just think it looks neater. See, if you look at it now, it looks a lot better. So if I've saved this, boom. And then also on your page, you could have some information on here because the page pops up here. So let me just grab some information I have in my AI just to show you what happens. So if you wanted to explain your FAQs or something, then that's what you can do. So if you're, oh, boom, it just popped in. So whatever you have on your page will also be on this page. So you can literally create pages that look absolutely amazing. So let's look here what I did with our story. Again, this is that, what's it called? I work in here all the time and I forget. Rich text, right? This is the rich text part. This is the image and the writing on the side. This is another image and image and text on the side. This is our vision is I think that's rich text again. This is on the page, and I put that star there because I wanted to know which one I'm adding. So I'll have to take the star out. This again is an image with text. This is a page. So I've added 2 page informations on this page. Decades of, I should not actually do that because that is an H1. Good thinking. Okay, so this is again, this is image with text. This is rich text with a button, so that I can talk about my sustainability information. And then I've got this video in here. Oh yes, I actually moved to another page to talk about the sustainability. And what I should be doing is seeing if I can get that to open up another page. And then this is, again, text with an image. And you can see here, this is text in my footer. This is an image in my footer. These 2 are my navigation. So as you can see, you can do so much in customize and improve your pages to what you want them to look like. As I said, this is what she's done. This is what we've done. We've literally come in here and added, as you can see, this is rich text. So you can add 2 types of rich, she's added 2 types of rich text here because we have a different font that you got to add to the code. She added this as an image gallery. She didn't want the prices underneath here. This is a image with text overlay with the button, and then book your candle workshop again with a button and information that you add here on the side. And it's very easy to add. You can add anything that is in your store. You can link them to, or as you've seen, I have linked this to an outside web address, so you can do that as well. Let me come back in here again and frequently asked questions. And so let's talk a little bit about navigation before we move on too far. So you can see here, this is where you add your navigation, and your navigation will be also on your home page. Actually, before we do that, we will actually do the theme settings. Theme settings is where you can change your colors for your theme. This is extremely confusing, so you'll have to bear with me. I don't normally do this on a free theme. Actually, maybe we should look at Kalahari. Let's see if we can go into Kalahari, and then I can show you what it looks like. But again, you know, add your information to the brand in settings. I'm going to close this down. I'm going to Kalahari. Here we go. Access removed. That is weird. I own it. Okay. Some reason my access is removed. That is weird. Okay. I'll have to sort that out. I don't know how I always have these little wee problems when I do a workshop. Okay. Let's go back into the themes here. So as you can see, is you can change the background, you can change the text. See here, but again, Shopify free themes are very restrictive. So if you change the text, it will change all the text, right? You can't just change the title. You can't just change, as you can see here. Let me see here. You can't just change. This is it. You can just change. Let's see the background. One or two things. That's the background. When you are in a board theme, use this. When you are in a board theme, you can see you can change the header, which is this part here, the top of the let me see here, header background. I'm just going to show you what it does. You see? So you can literally change the colors as you're going along in a board theme. Enable solid header background. We don't have a header at the top here. Show text shadow, headings, your general headings, your links, your buttons, your footers, your borders, your stickers, everything you can change in here that you can't really do in a free theme. So there is a lot more to having a board theme than just not paying, right? So typography, again, you restricted to headings and body. That's it. Layout, there's a lot of things you can do in the layout. I'm not going to go through them all. Let me see here. You can add custom CSS, and that's what I normally do to change colors and fonts and everything like that. But you have to know some HTML. Let me go back into here again. So when I show you a board theme, let's move back in here. Oh, that's all I can do. So your typography, you can control it on the logo, the headings, the main menu, your fonts, your base sizes, your banner headings. So as I said, there is just so much more to a board theme than, oh, wow, I have to pay for this. You need a favicon. Okay, let's talk about a logo and a favicon. A logo will pop up here, and you can make it as, again, do not make your logo too round because it takes up too much space. Let me show you. No, actually, we had to make this very small, right? And we made it more long by adding this heart in here because she's American made, right? That's how we worked around this missing piece puzzle, but she adored her logo. But if you have Wild South, you can see here, this is her logo. It takes up all this space, right? So it just takes up too much, as I call it, real estate. You want to push all this up as far as possible so you can have more information down here. Let's look here, Kalahari Gold again. I've stretched it out. I do have some text at the bottom here. I do not use it on my logo because nobody's going to read it. So, because when you're looking at a mobile phone, then you notice what your logo is going to do, right? So have a look at how your logo looks when you see how I've pushed all this information up to the top, which is really strange. Actually, I've never seen it this far up to top. And then normally this is more think this is a change here. Look at that. Very weird. We'll have to fix this. Always something to fix, right? Always things are changing all the time. Somebody said to me, with Out of the Sandbox, we have an app called Updater, and it updates the themes according to what Shopify does, and updates, and Google and everything. And they said, why do they need Updater? Is to stay on top of everything. But as I said, sometimes these little weird things happen, and then you have to fix them. Yes, William. Unmute.
Oh, okay. So with the logo, so what you're saying is, so I rebranded my logo to be simpler. So
Yes.
2 words like Kalahari Gold. Instead of the round, my previous logo was like the round shape with the too much in it, too busy.
Too busy. You make
Yes.
it as simple as possible. Very good point. Yes.
Okay.
It's too busy, people don't see it. So normally Kalahari Gold is underneath this emblem. So let me show you in Canva. Very good question, William. So you can create different variations of your logo, and we will talk about the favicon in a minute. Okay. So if I look at the logo, so this little thing, I mean, branding people love to put all this very small stuff, but you can't see it on a phone, right? And it just disappears. So when you're looking at this is my brand on my bottles, right? So, oh, now you can't see it. So you can see that the logo is above the writing, but then I've pulled the logo to the side to be for the website. You see here? So I pulled the logo, this little thing, the icon to the side, and this is what I have on my bottles. This is my logo, right? And we tried several variations, and then what I have as well is I think I've used this, or either the K and the G for my favicon. What is a favicon? The favicon is this little thing here you see at the top here. This white little thing. It should not be with a white background. It should be with as a PNG with a transparent background. You can see this. TubeBuddy, actually Shopify. That's Shopify's favicon. This is BigCommerce favicon. This is Google favicon. This is just how to recognize your website when you are on the so KG. Actually, I should make this PNG. So when you're creating this in Canva, and this is a tip that a lot of people don't know about, is when you're creating, let me see what I've got here after. If I've got something here for you, yeah. So for instance, if I have one of these, I don't want the square, right? I really want to see only the circle. Then I'm going to download this in Canva and transparent background and PNG, which means this white around will disappear. So that's just a quick tip for you. And then that can be your favicon, which you're going to add. Do they have a favicon on here? They don't, which is really strange, right? Cart, maybe they do. I don't really like to work in logo. Maybe it's in here. There we go, favicon. This is where your logo goes. This is where your favicon, and your favicon is 32 by 32 pixels. So it's extremely small. So if you're adding your favicon in here, it'll really look very odd. But you don't need it big. You don't need it heavy. You just need it so you can see where your website is. And so here you can see this is an emblem as well. So favicon is super important to add. Otherwise, you'll have this little world here at the top, which means your domain name on a tab is not identifiable. You want people to know, I know this is ChatGPT. I know this is Shopify. I know this is, oh, you see here, this is a Noble website and they don't have a favicon. And see, I mean, Noble's a huge brand, and they've forgotten to put a favicon in. So you can see this, it is important to have. Okay, it's important to have. And then also making sure, here's another tip. When you're using a pop-up, don't use a pop-up. Only use a pop-up of a email provider, because then you can make the pop-up when people are leaving your site, not when they're coming into your site. You don't want that stupid thing to pop up. There's nothing more irritating than something popping up as you're looking at something, right? You want them, if they move their brow, what's this thing? The pointer out of your website, boom, then it pops up and says, hey, sign up for our newsletter. You can get something special, right? So that's what you want to do as well. This is very disturbing. Things are not working properly. I don't like when things are not working properly. Okay, then let's go back to theme settings. As I said, you can change anything. Collections, you can do different things in anything. If your collections are, I've never really done separate collections, except for maybe sub collections, but that's beyond this. Collections are normally still stay the same, but you can still add things to your default collections, right? So you change this. Why is it on the home page? Default collection. So your collection will be, it's got a product grid. Oh, product grid. Oh, it's because I only have one product and I made the product background dark. So this is the product grid. So you can add all your products. Obviously, you have to have a product grid in your website. You can decide how many products to put in a website. And we also have to talk about the font, actually. And then number of columns on a desktop. And 4 is probably the maximum. I like 3 or 4, not more than that. That makes the image of the product too small. You can have show second image on hover. You can show the vendor, the product rating, and if you don't, add enable quick button, which is the button that you put into. No, it's the quick button. So when you hover over the product, it will. Let's have a look here. I only have a couple of products in here. So as hover, it shows you the other image. Let's see if she has the quick button. Oh, it's in collections, right? Quick button, sorry. Yep, she's got the quick button. You see quick view button, and which then pops up your product and shows just a little bit of the information. And then if you want the full details, you then go back to the product page. So quick view is a good idea if they know what they're buying, they can pop in and they can buy your product. So it's a really, really good idea to pop that in. And then we have here on the side, mobile, enable sorting, your mobile layout, I would top padding. And again, have a look at the mobile and then have a look at how much the top padding. You don't want that much. Play around with it, right? But don't make it too squish, because we've got fat fingers. And then you can add a section. Let me go back in here again. You can add a section for the collections. I add my newsletter to every single page except the product page. I want people to sign up, right? There's not much you can do on a Oh, yes. You can add, for instance, why they should buy from you. Your customer service, your satisfaction, and all this other stuff that you can actually put on your product page. You can also put a FAQ on your product page if they have. Say, for instance, if they have questions about the complete product. So they won't go off the collection page. They still stay on the collection page, and then they will shop, hopefully, for whatever is on that page. So that's also a good idea to add the collapsible content, right? Collapsible content. And in other websites, it is the FAQ. So some websites don't have an FAQ. And I think these guys, Parallax doesn't have an FAQ. So what I do is I actually create the FAQ in a page and then pop that into the collection page. Actually, a very good idea. So I've just got the products in here. So a really good, I know you see here, I'm restricted. I can only add a page or a text overlay. You see, so sometimes there are restrictions to what you can add in a collection. Let's have a look at mine. I think I've probably got the same. My collection page, let's go to default collection. And I've got the filters on the side. Yep, I can't add. Very interesting. I can't add a lot to collections. What I do like to add is a little bit of explaining what the collection is about, which you can do in the collection, right? So when you go to your products, I'm going to leave this page. When you go into your products, you go to your collections, and don't make it a big thing. Make it very short, 2-3 paragraphs that you can add and talk about your collection. It is, again, you know, getting your customers to have that fabulous experience. So let's quickly go into is this the new one, right? Yeah. Let's quickly go into navigation, and then we'll come back to the themes. So navigation, Shopify create a footer menu for you and a main menu. The main menu, you can keep that name. You do not have to change it. The footer menu will actually appear in the themes as footer menu, which sounds really odd. Obviously, you don't want to keep it as the footer menu. You see here, this is quick links. Let me see here. Add block, menu, footer menu. Oh no, they've changed it to quick links. Interesting. But what I do is I actually change, oh, you can change it here. I actually change it to information because that's what it is, right? Or about the company. So let's have a look at what we've done here. We've got different types of support. We've got policies, and we've got about Industrial Farm Co. Again, look at the competition, see what they've got, do research on several websites and see what they've got, and then use whatever you can see other people are doing. Let's go back to menu. You don't need a search in your menu. Seriously, don't need search in your menu. Remove that. I would add, say, for instance, all your policies, which you can grab. Oh, I haven't added policies yet. You can grab. I think my menu is a little bit too expansive for you guys. Let me go back in here again. This is pretty easy. You see, I've got the footer, I've got information, and I've got the main menu. In my footer menu, I've got privacy policy, refunds, and again, you can get them. I'll take this out and I'll show you how to find it. I go to policies, and then there I have my privacy policy. So your products, when you're adding them to the navigation, have to be active. You cannot add hidden pages or products in draft. Then also, so when you go back to your themes, and then you are going to go to your footer, and then you're going to be, oh, this is different. See, use this, Salui. I'll have to get into mine. Let's go into mine, and I can show you into mine. This is another template. In Parallax has a different footer where they put the policies here at the top. Actually, the policies are not in here, which is really strange. Oh, select menu. Let's look here. Footer. They put the policies in like that. So I don't want that menu. I want the privacy policies in here. So I'm going to do a select. And you know what I'm going to do with this one? I am going to take out. I'm literally going to take out the show the newsletter, boom, boom, boom. I don't want to do that. So not to make it too busy. So you can see this is a different type of menu to what you normally have. So if you're looking at my menu, so you got to look at what the themes have. You see my menu has all these these menus, and then you're going to, if I change it, I'm going to change the menu. I'm going to choose a menu down here, and those are all the menus that I've created in navigation. Okay, that's it for today. Unfortunately, I have to go and catch an Uber to go home to my boat. I will see you guys tomorrow about 11. I think I've made it 11 o'clock, and you can come in, ask questions. We'll be working on some stuff. I know that some of you have not been able to pop in today, but I will be available tomorrow because I know you are working or you're busy. So I'm hoping to see you tomorrow. Bye.